One that people think that melee is actually dead. I don't think that it's actually dead. In the new Synthesis League season, I'm going to do a proper build guide for this one, but for now I'm just going to do like a just a quick update on what I'm actually playing. So I went a bit off meta and have decided to play Tectonic Slam, and I actually like it a lot. This is a really fun build. This is obviously a jug, so I'm up to level 84. I only started this character a day ago. I was working on a bow build, but I need more currency and it just wasn't working very well, and RNG wasn't really working in my favour. So instead I went with something that I could basically tank face. Now, as this stands, this build is good enough to pretty much seamlessly Uberlab. I've been doing anywhere up to like T11 maps, T12 maps it can handle. It's got shit tons of leech, and it's cheap as fuck as well. So pretty much the only three items that you're really going to need to make this work as well as you can is two Nebulock Nightmare Maces, which they're like, what are they trading? I think I got these for 12C each. Come on. They're like 5 chaos each. So two of these, as you're like playing and farming up, pick up two of these on the way. I leveled this character up with two Brutus lead sprinklers. I would suggest these for any melee character that you are leveling up through the main campaign. You can get these for like 1 to 2C, which you'll pick up as you go, and they scale 4 to 7 fire damage to attacks with this weapon per 10 strength. So as you build strength on whatever toon, just turn that off. As you play through your melee toon, in particular the jug, you're gonna stack strength like a crazy man, and Templars as well, and even the what's the other melee class? The duelist. You will stack strength on there, and it will work reasonably okay, but not as well as on jug and temp. Anyway, so you'll need two Nebulocks, and depending on what you're doing, I'm running a Carnage Heart because this actually works really well with Leech. It gives me 50% total recovery per second from Leech, and this character you're going to be needing to Leech. As it stands, my tooltip's sitting at about 56k DPS, but I think I've clocked it up to about 175,000 DPS. There's a few mechanics I've got working right now, which make that get up to that level. Other items that I'm running, obviously I started with a Chaos Sign, but I've upgraded to a Chaos Way. Chaos Sign's like maybe 1 Chaos or less. The only real difference is you don't get the 0.4% of maximum life regeneration per endurance charge, but the Chaos Sign will give you an extra endurance charge, which is what this does. Right now I have about 7 endurance charges that I can generate as I play, and I'll play that very shortly. We have charges, up to 7 endurance charges, and the thing about Tectonic Slam is there's a 35% chance to consume an endurance charge to create a charge slam. So if we're generating constant endurance charges based on the Jugg Ascendancy, which obviously you get unflinching, unrelenting, and unyielding, you're pretty much going to do crazy amounts of damage with Tectonic Slam, to the point where, and I'll show you, it just deletes entire screens of enemies, which is fun. It works reasonably well on bosses as well. This is not like a crazy high DPS kill Shaper in 2 seconds sort of build, but it's definitely going to be very Shaper worthy as I get to level 90. So other things that I'm running on here, I've just got a ring that gives me some more leech. It also gives me some resist, some health, and some rarity find as well. Belt with just as much resistance as I can. I'm going to upgrade this belt sooner than later because it's not actually very good. I managed to corrupt Tombfist gauntlets, and this is just a single abyssal socket, but I managed to get a corruption mod for an extra 5 increased maximum life, which I was pretty happy. So that my gaunts, even though this is copped a nerf this season, they're still quite powerful, and I've got 10% life coming out of these gauntlets, so they're pretty good. And I'm also running Kaom's Roots, and the reason why I'm running this is because of Unwavering Stance. Now this right now is a low roll. I want to get something like 190 maximum HP on this to max this out. But yeah, chest armor is just whatever I could get, which had 6 red sockets and something around 95 HP. This was a better option than obviously running a what do they call the other one? Can't remember. A tabula. There we go, found it eventually. I still haven't modded my helm. Obviously can't do an Ascendancy, a lab mod on my gauntlets because I've got my 5% increased health, but that's fine. I can mod my Kaom's Roots, and I probably will until I upgrade. I'm just trying to level this up so I can get to the point of getting more currency. Yeah, that's pretty much it for items. I'll put the path of building up in the description, but basically this is just falling out from the jug now. Pretty much all I did was build down at the very start and picked up these nodes down here, mainly built towards my vitality void to get that leech, built-in leech, which I've taken that, so you'll see I've got a shit ton of leech. And then obviously picking up Golem's blood, some dual sockets, which is good for, you know, modifiers. Now where this is going to crit, and yeah, we want some crit on this. Just gives us a lot more damage. So we're picking up, yeah, Art of the Gladiator, Master of the Arena. You can opt to pick these nodes up. I picked these up as I got to like level 80 or so I didn't really worry about this before. As we move across, we've got Born to Fight. We've picked up the Bone Breaker and the Skull Cracking major cluster nodes. Now I am running a Watcher's Eye, and the reason why I'm running Watcher's Eye is one of my skills is Vitality, and I've got a roll on here which is 50% increased life recovery from flask while affected by Vitality. So this will give me more health, more mana, more energy shield, which I don't have any anyway. But it will make my flask 50% more effective, and right now I'm not really running any major flasks or anything like that. That's special, so yeah. Then we're just going to move pretty much up the tree. We're going to pick up some Divine Fury because we want additional fire damage. We want Holy Dominion. We want to pick up Discipline and Training, Precision, because we want that extra amount of dex and movement speed. And then obviously we'll go all the way up to the top, pick up Avatar of Fire, which is pretty much going to make us do 50% of all of our forms of damage will be converted to fire damage, which is quite good. We're going to pick up Purity of Flesh for the extra health, and we're going to come and pick up Elemental Overload. So this is important because we want to crit. Every time we crit, we get 8 seconds of 40% increased elemental damage. Now we won't get a crit multi, but we don't need crit multi because we're not running a specific crit build. There's another reason why that will work quite well as well. More quid quo, is we're running Undeniable on our Ascendancy, which basically gives us increased attack speed and it gives us accuracy. And accuracy is good. So if we crit, we get a 30% increased accuracy rating if we've dealt a critical strike, and we also get 30% increased damage. And accuracy, gain accuracy rating equal to your strength. So this actually gives us quite a lot of attack speed, which is good in this particular case because we need more attack speed to leech more, and also to do way more damage. And normally jugs are quite slow, but this is actually not a slow build. Yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm at now. I'm level 84. Skill gems that I'm running on the main. Now I'm running a standard cast from damage taken setup. I have got Blood Rage kitted on there. I'm running Vitality, Flame Golem, Herald of Purity, because obviously we want to scale fire damage with of physical damage, and the reason why is our Nebulox gain 32% of physical attack damage as extra fire damage. They also do a range of other stats per buff. They give you fizz damage per endurance charge as well, with the added disadvantage of 200 fire damage taken per second per endurance charge if you've been hit recently. So we want to be able to do some crazy damage. yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, and obviously, yeah, Tectonic Slam. We're going to run elemental damage with attack support. We're going to run melee physical damage. We're going to run fire penetration, added fire damage, and multi-strike. I've played around. You can go instead of added fire damage, you can go elemental damage. So you'll need a blue socket. Added elemental damage. Sorry. But that will take away the burn element. The alternative is you can go damage on full health, which will really give you a massive boost, but it's really up to you. And then obviously mobility, we're going to go leap slam. So we're going to run, I don't have fortify on this, but I am running culling strike, faster attacks, and leap slam. And then the last one is war banner as well, because we generate adrenaline charges, so we attack faster and enemies take more damage. Which is always a plus. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the core build. So let's get into a map. We'll just hit this with an elk. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what mod. You can run temporal chains, anything like that. Doesn't make any difference. You're pretty much just going to smash your way all the way through and do crazy damage. So yeah. And once I've finished this build, I haven't really seen any Tectonic Slam builds before. But yeah, once I finish this, I'll do a full build guide. Basically, we're just doing crazy amounts of shit. Like, we're just filling the screen. Now, right now, there is a little bit of a mana problem. And bear in mind, this is a fucking jug. Like, nobody gives jugs credit for this. Like, holy shit, look at that damage. So we're up to 117 without every single buff possible. We haven't even procced elemental overload. And obviously we use up endurance charges as we do hit with Tectonic Slam. So as you can see, I'm not worried about anything. Nothing's really hurting me. There we go. So we're at 172,000 there on the tooltip, which is pretty cool. And we're just gonna go crazy. So we've got 3 frenzy charges as well from our blood rage. And all we do is just jump through and just kill everything. Look at that. Also tried killing betrayal bosses. This is just powerful on pretty much any map content so far. There we go, there's the boss. And I haven't actually done that map before, so even better. There we go. Bleed doesn't even kill me. Doing that much regen. What we got? So resistances will go up with endurance charges. This is relatively max resist. Plenty of damage reduction. Life regens at, yeah, pretty much the more endurance charges the better, as you can see. Immortal Call will constantly proc as well. So I'm only running Immortal Call up to like level 1 or 1 to 3. But yeah, anyway, that's my basically my immortal fat boy jug. I'll put the path of building up in the description, and yeah, if you've got any questions about this, hit me up by all means. I'm going to continue playing this. I'm probably going to do the 100 run on this one because I'm actually enjoying this. It's just good fun. But melee is not dead. Melee is just as powerful as ever if you want to play safe builds. Yeah, like no need for stat sticking or anything on this, and you can run this with you know, any other different, you know, you can run it with is it Onigarashi or whatever you want. You can still play that, or a Terminus dual wield if you want to play that. You can run, you know, sword and board. It's, you know, this build is just great, and Tectonic Slam is pretty awesome, I've got to say. As you'll see, I've went down in my damage reduction and armor, and that's because for every endurance charge on each of my nebulocks, I get 500 armor. So I have the potential for, what's that, 7,000 armor just off the nebulocks, which is pretty dope. Anyway, if you like this, like and sub, and thanks for watching.